Beg your pardon? Meredith, who is this coarse person with the foreign accent?
All right, everyone, welcome to the Talking Ass. We are the world's leading award-winning biblical podcast and human society and culture podcast. I'm Danny, as usual, not any better than he was last week. This time, though, we have almost like a real guest calling in remotely by tele-video conference, as they say in Britain. Sylvia, welcome.
Yeah, I'm just in the ether. I'm floating out there somewhere, untouchable but close.
That's good. This is pirate radio, so that fits the bill.
I'm a vapor.
What do you want to do? Substance and serious matters first, followed by audience engagement and other funny stories, or do you want to do fun first and then seriousness?
I feel like lightning is really serious, so we could discuss that whenever you're ready.
Yeah, well, Britain's been really hot. Like, all of Europe has been historically record-breaking hot. And then it finally came to a climactic thunderstorm, didn't it?
Yes, that was lovely. I have realised it's one of my new special interests. And I recorded lots of fork lightning. Fork lightning. What is it?
Fuck.
What is it?
What the fuck? What the fork?
Yes, I think mine was better. But it was like forking around all over the shop, and I filmed it, and it came out well. We'll put it on your thing if you want.
Yeah.
And then
excellent. Yeah.
It turns out like only a couple of blocks south, it actually forked up a house, a roof. So
it forked up a house. Yeah. I don't understand how houses still today. Here's the thing: I don't really understand lightning and thunder to begin with. Never really. In the science books in high school, I did plenty good in school, as they say in correct English. Plenty good, eh? Plenty good. But the lightning and thunder bit never caught my attention too much, like enough to pass the exam, but I never, so I don't really understand it. It's all miraculous and wonderful, but I don't understand how houses are not protected from it, like in southern England. It makes no sense.
And I think it's like they say it's okay in a car, but really it's not.
It's a car is a Faraday cage, isn't it, due to the rubber tires and stuff. See, I know how to throw out scientific terms like Faraday cage, but if you dig any deeper, if you do just a little excited puppy in a flower bed, kind of dig deeper under the skin of Faraday cage. See, that's what I do. That's my whole thing. Maybe you've all noticed in 100+ episodes. Is that if you dig any deeper, I know nothing.
Well, that's usually me, but yeah, I mean, you know nothing socially, but intellectually you're pretty strong. So can I just say that, like, one of the top Google questions is, can I flush my toilet during a thunderstorm? And did you know there was anything related to that?
I didn't even know that would be anyone's question. No, why would that be anyone's question?
Highly recommended to avoid unless absolutely necessary. It can travel through metal pipes, lightning, and water, meaning touching any plumbing, including toilet handles, sinks, or showers, carry electrocution risk. And then also, the rarest form of lightning is ball lightning, and upper atmospheric transient luminous events, gigantic jets, blue jets, and sprites. It's beautiful. But my favorite.
We should. When this video element of this show gets a little more and more advanced, I'm going to learn how to present during a recording as well. And then we can show your photos of lightning as we speak. And then also, with all my geopolitics, I will learn how to present a map from the internet, you know?
Yeah. There was a ranger who had 7 lightning strikes between 1942 and 77, and he survived.
Yeah, I heard about that. There's something called a lightning tattoo. It's like when a person gets hit by lightning, they get like this really cool full body tattoo, like scarring sometimes, if they survive. Well, they get the scarring even if they don't survive, but fewer people get to see it, I suppose.
But my favorite thing with lightning, the thing I really want, is where it's hit sand and turned it into glass. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to nicer taste. Do you remember my my coffee habit on my quest to become sexy again? I've developed this coffee habit.
Has it worked? Has a coffee help?
Well, well, I don't know. Now that there's video, people can make up their own minds about my sexiness. But I found a way to monetize this. So, apologies to everyone. We're 100+ episodes in. Now's the time where we're gonna beg for money for the first time. I found a site, buymeacoffee.com. Link is in the description. So please, if you have any extra, refrain from buying whatever stupid shit you were gonna buy today, and just take a £5 note or a dollar, a buck, or maybe a £2 coin, roll it up into a tight ball, and then shove it straight up the internet into my mouth through the link to buymeacoffee.com/thetalkingass. Early contributors will be fondly remembered and rewarded if you leave a name or a social tag. If not, you can remain anonymous. So just send whenever you can. Servers aren't free, microphones aren't free. In the full-length episodes, about halfway through, there will be a really short interruption to remind you about this. Possibly. I might forget to put it in all of them. We'll see how it goes. So, buymeacoffee.com/thetalkingass. You can write in the note that it's specifically for Sylvia over here. Maybe she can buy some kind of vegan kappa, frappa, mocha, loca bullshit.
Probably
or some kind of crystals.
A turmeric latte, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yeah. Yeah, some questionable shit like that. Me, I will take whatever small percentage of your donation will go towards cheapest supermarket brew that you pay for by the kilo, by the pound, and the rest of it will go towards the podcast, whatever we need to do for it. Especially now that videos come in, we'll try to up the production value at some point. So, in the meantime, some more fun things. Mel Brooks turned 100 years. Did you see that?
No.
I knew. I love bringing up these news stories that I know Sylvia will have no idea who this is.
References to American culture from the 60s or something. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Just imagine you watching 1950s black and white, and it was 2020. No, 2010.
Yeah.
2005. Yeah. What a guy.
It's also Jewish culture. American Jewish culture, very specifically. Well, anyway, Mel Brooks, what a legend. Look him up.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Not Mel Gibson. Okay, fine. I'll look him up.
Okay. All right. The next story you didn't read about, did you read about Phil Mickelson?
The fact that he is a recognizable person, that's how far I read. No.
He seems to be, as the British would say, he seems to be a wrong'un.
Oh no.
Sexual harassment, scandals,
shocker.
multiple golf clubs. So he apparently was at a dinner or something with Pat Perez, another professional golfer of the same generation, so a bit older. And Pat went from the table to the toilet or something, and Phil showed a picture to his friend's wife of himself wanking or something similar. allegedly, I don't, want any lawyers coming after us, but that's the story that's out there,
Right, classic.
So great guy, Phil Mickelson, going from one of the most beloved golfers of all time, the guy who was the family alternative to the serial slut Tiger Woods, for a couple of decades, ends up being not so much the family alternative. So there you go.
Great.
Yeah, those two, considering their bitter rivalry in the 2000s, 2010s, they're pretty similar, it seems. They might get along just fine now.
God. Dirtbag.
Big fall from grace, yeah. All right, I got this one maybe. We're just testing these bonus episodes, by the way, to any new listeners. This is often how it goes. I test some stories and see if anything bites with Sylvia. What about this one? Animal Corner. Did you know that lobsters don't die?
Really?
Yeah, so
that was it. That was
technically
my reaction.
the cell death, or whatever, the way our cells regenerate every time they die as a slightly worse copy of themselves, to get real scientific about it. They don't have that, so they're technically immortal, and they're only limited by their shell, because every time they have to shed their shell and grow a new one, that's what exhausts them, and eventually they die.
That's sad.
But somewhere in the depths of the ocean that we know very little about, there could be like lobsters the size of Volkswagens, because they've somehow evolved out of that problem.
Damn.
Lobsters don't die. Yeah.
Well, they're they quite good in the old dystopian world, aren't they? Like the radioactive vibes. They've lived for a while through all the stuff. That's all I've got. I can't remember the actual meat of any information.
They're bugs. They're bugs of the sea. Hey, you had an Animal Corner story for us.
Did I?
Something about eggs and chickens.
Oh yeah, why do chickens have particular coloured eggs? Not legs, eggs. And it's not
Go on.
Because
no, go on.
Because it's not like what they eat. It's just whether they're a brown chicken or a white chicken.
Okay, and that's 100% true. So the color of the egg is determined by the color of the chicken.
Yeah, that's how a Cambridge graduate would say it, compared to a graduate of the finer studies of crystal therapy diploma.
Yeah. So you have a second-degree diploma in crystals and alternative therapies. Yeah. And yes, it's the breed of the chicken, I guess. More scientifically, the genetics and the breed of the chicken. Because I guess even the brown chickens, if they have some kind of mutation of melatonin or whatever causes a different color in their feathers, they could still be a different color than brown, but still their eggs would be white, I would guess.
Yeah. Weird, huh? It's like flamingos are pink because of what they eat. So wouldn't you think the eggs of a chicken would be... Well, what colour are flamingo eggs, firstly? First things first.
What color are flamingo eggs?
Yeah.
Whoa, what would you guess?
Well, not pink, probably. Chalky white, pale blue.
Yeah.
So
they can often, pale blue. Blue was not a color I was going to guess. So white and blue, huh? Interesting. Did you see, we won a bunch of awards last year. Like, what were it? It was Instant Shit Show from Spotify, or Instant Hit Show or something like that. And most listened to new podcasts. We got Spotify sent us all these awards last year. But did you see that I also got an award from Time magazine?
Well, yeah, I saw that. It's a good magazine.
It was sexiest podcast host of 2026.
Yeah. I'm gonna come up with like a dodgy magazine, but in relation to herbs, before the end of this interview.
Yeah. No, but it's a very respected herbal magazine.
Oh, yeah.
Time magazine.
I would
Yeah.
say.
It's much better than some of the other herbal magazines.
Oh, yes, definitely. Silant Ho Times is a favourite dirty mag of mine. So, yeah.
Good pun.
Did it
well
work?
done, Sylvia.
Did that even work?
Yeah. Pretty good. Cilantro. I love it.
Because I don't even say that. Well, you could just have Spice magazine, can't you? And then
cilantro, just for those who don't know, cilantro is what Americans call coriander, right?
Coriander. Yeah.
Because they don't say coriander, they cilantro. That, speaking of herbal stuff, that gene, it's a gene that makes you think it tastes like soap.
Yeah.
Right? I'm in the group of people who thinks coriander is pretty delicious, but then people hate it with a passion. People who have that gene where it tastes like soap to them.
I think you might have said that already, or it's just a very well-known fact.
Yeah. No, but what's not well known is that there's research showing that there's a bunch of people in these tests where they blind tested people who are convinced, who are adamant that coriander is delicious to them, yet they have that gene. So they just think soap is delicious, basically. So there's a split also between the people who have the soap gene that still like coriander or cilantro. Yeah. Last time we challenged our friend from Science Actually, who does collective nouns of animals. He's always publishing them, right?
Oh yeah, he did.
And turns out Benjamin listened. We were wondering what a collective noun for the listeners of the Talking Ass should be. And here we go. Are you ready? This is quite the explanation, all right? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Feel free to interrupt. Okie dokie. For the lead ass of the Talking Ass who asked in his 100th episode for me to cook up the collective noun for his listeners, I have an answer. This answer goes back to 1975, when this member of the Talking Ass listener community was born. I was born Jacob, but then 3 days later my mother had a dream that it should be Benjamin, and so it was changed. But it's not my first biblical name this story is interested in. It's my middle name, which is Issachar.
Oh.
That's his middle name. Okay? This is funny for two reasons. I wonder if either of these reasons are going to be the one that is funny to me. Reason one, the 12 tribes of Israel are represented with symbols. Benjamin is represented by a fox, and Issachar is represented by a donkey.
Oh.
See? An ass. Okay. Reason two, I spelled my name with double S's my whole life. Growing up as a kid, I begged my parents, why did you give me such a difficult middle name, and on top of that you put the word ass in the middle? Why? That was your great-grandfather's name. Issachar Salas. He was a rabbi and a great man. Oi!
Damn.
Though I did a British oi there. Like, oi, mate.
Not oi.
In it.
Not oi.
No, not a Jewish oi. Oi vey. Yeah. But he meant the Jewish oi, not the British oi. It wasn't until quite recently, actually, after school and marriage and work and raising some kids and so on, that I saw my birth certificate at their house. Benjamin Issachar Salas. I'd been spelling it wrong my whole life. This is with one S, so no ass in the name. They never bothered to check or tell me, and I'm the one who made the double S, the ass, official in various legal documents I've signed over the years. I'm the one who put ass in the middle of my middle name. So what I'm saying is, the Talking Ass asked an ass to name its audience of asses. I've thought it over, and I think it should be an assembly of associates.
Oh yeah, could be. That's very
When you read
tame. That's what I'm saying.
When you read assembly of associates, it's rather innocent. But when you say it out loud in an audio-only medium like a podcast, and you really hit that first syllable, it'll ring true. Furthermore, I'd like you to try to end an episode just to see how it feels by thanking your audience thusly. And as always, thank you to our assorted, assertive, assiduous associates who've assembled to assay and assess this latest episode of The Talking Ass. Or, and then, or he finishes, or just call them assheads. Issachar out. That's quite good.
Nice.
Any thoughts?
That is a very good wordplay.
Now, are you ready for the main topic?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to have to mention the war here again.
Oh, joy.
Oh, joy. Oh, joy to everyone. Hey, but let's mention the peace first, right? There was a peace deal.
Bit of
kind
peace.
of, sort of. Yeah, between, do you know between who?
Iran and America, Hormuz.
No, between Israel and Lebanon.
Yeah, but there was a deal between Trumpy too.
Yeah, that deal is mostly falling apart, it looks like. But this is related to the same mess in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Right? Basically, there's a Lebanese peace deal. More or less, this is on the surface sounds good, right? What I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically pawning off an attempt to pawn off to the Lebanese themselves the problem of Hezbollah. Which sounds good, right? Like the monopolization of the means of violence in the hands of the sovereign state, which is a situation that Lebanon has never been in. And everyone lives happily ever after. A peace deal with Israel, economic relations, everything. Hezbollah disappears.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dream for both of these countries.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, unfortunately, there's some reality checks I'm going to have to make here for those who like the Talking Ass war coverage.
Mm.
There are elections in the U.S. and in Israel upcoming, and these leaders needed something from this mess to call a win at home, domestically.
Mm-hmm.
That's point one. Point two, in Lebanon, the armed forces are nothing compared to Hezbollah. The chances of the Lebanese army, like, dismantling Hezbollah or taking their weapons and turning it into a peaceful political movement within the country are basically zero. First of all, 30% of the Lebanese army are Shiites. And for those who don't remember, Hezbollah is a Shiite movement. That's their, like, over anything, any conceptions of Lebanese nationhood, they defend the sort of Shia ethnicity.
Yeah.
That's their mission. And religion and the Iranian revolution, Islamic revolution. That's what they're there to fight for.
Yeah.
Not really. Not really Lebanon.
No.
And why does that matter? The Shiite thing. Well, let's just put it this way: in the Middle East, and especially in Lebanon, ethnicity matters, and religion matters. Like, even with Israeli and Western intelligence help, the Lebanese will never be able to dismantle Hezbollah on their own, and this deal will fall apart. Like, there's no way this is going to work. And call me a negative Nelly, as many have. I don't see it. Hezbollah isn't just a terrorist movement. It's like a state within a state. It's a political party. Literally, their name means the party of God. And they sit in the parliament, and they are stronger than the state itself has ever been. A state with a history of constant ethnic strife and civil wars that has never consolidated power in the hands of the state. So as a part of this deal, I suppose Israel will withdraw from southern Lebanon, and the Lebanese population can return from their refuge elsewhere in the country back to the south. Well, just to remind everyone, the people who are returning to those villages, or what's left of them in southern Lebanon, are mostly Shiites. And the population near that Israeli border is either often supportive of Hezbollah, or they're actually part of it. As in, Hezbollah will send its own people back there, nobody else. Right?
Yeah.
And it'll be another war. Israel will have to fight them off again up to the Litani River, which is this geographic boundary in southern Lebanon. So So there's that. On top of all this, like the Shiites are not the only ones who will oppose this. The Sunni radicals in the region, as they always have, will use this to their advantage, as it's not exactly difficult in the Middle East, in the Arab world, to mobilize people against something that can be propagandized as a capitulation to the Jews, basically. Losing to the Jews, giving the Jews what they want, basically. Therefore, this will fall apart at the hands of the Sunni radicals as well. Those are all the brand names starting from the Muslim Brotherhood. We've talked about this before on the show. For the keen listener, that'll be all the brand names, Hamas, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and their offshoots. Same ideology. On top of that, you have a nationality angle here. There are a hell of a lot of Palestinians in Lebanon. And there are groups there who will try their best to violently ruin this deal. So this is celebrated as it should. I mean, people should always celebrate a peace deal in the Middle East between any kind of entities. And it's a good thing that they met and they talked. I mean, in many ways, this is something that should have happened decades ago. Like the Lebanese state and the state of Israel never had a reason to be at war in the first place, really. So even if Israeli, American, and probably French intelligence support and other support is given to this effort, the best result we can hope for is that Hezbollah will shift its focus on the civil war now, which it can fight pretty much forever as long as its big daddy, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, is in power in its own country, in Iran. So instead of firing rockets and drones at civilians in northern Israel for a while, they'll be firing them at their own, at other groups in Lebanon they oppose. And that's if this works at all. That's if even the Lebanese army takes the first step to try to counter Hezbollah, which they've promised before and have not done. For them to even start the process is pretty unlikely to me. And I mean, then in that case, you're in a brutal civil war where the Shiite terrorist radical group is funded and armed by Iran. The Sunni ones are armed and funded by Qatar and nowadays Turkey as well. And probably that new jihadist president of Syria. And then the government forces are supported by Israel, the US, and maybe France. So that sounds, I don't know if anyone's a history buff or not, but that's pretty much a situation Lebanon has been in before. So whatever the current clusterfuck in the region can be called, this war that pretty much every country in the Middle East is a participant in one way or another, is not going to get any better because of this magic handshake, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's awesome that there's a handshake and a legitimate peace deal. Long overdue, but it should have been done before Hezbollah became a state within a state and ruined the country forever. But it's a peace deal that probably won't result in much peace, maybe in the short or medium term, but maybe long term it could provide like a legal basis for these people to meet more often, more direct relations, cooperation, and eventually maybe a better reality, at least for some. Right? That's my 2 cents. Any thoughts?
Oh, I always find it so disappointing that, it's optimism, but it's then crushed every time. So close and yet so far,
Yeah. And that's even optimism in a peace deal that people have thought is clever and should be done and even likely to happen for decades. People have been waiting for this deal, and still it won't result in anything good. It's like this was the easiest one to do. This was the obvious one, and even that doesn't look like will lead to anything. It's a sad part of the world.
A lot of displacement of people, a lot of anger, and a lot of dividing.
Yep. And the displacement is interesting. In Lebanon, obviously, they are under such massive pressure over everything anyway that the displaced people is such a kind of just another cherry on top of the sundae of all the problems in that country internally. in Israel, the displacement of the north, just a right-wing government like this cannot do it again. So they evacuated 60,000 people in the past couple of years from this war in the north. Those citizens, all of that, it's a political suicide for them to do it again ever. So that means they're gonna keep a security zone in southern Lebanon as a separation between Hezbollah and these people, and for any peace deal to go very much further with foreign forces on the ground still is obviously in any country pretty unlikely. So that's, just because you mentioned displacement, it's actually, it's a big issue here.
Yeah.
Another thing. Yeah. On more positive notes, next episode will be an author again who's written a really cool book, and it's a total coincidence, but we're going to do another book award. Isn't it weird, Sylvia, that authors who are either about to appear on this show or have appeared on the show recently have gotten a book award from the Talking Ass twice?
Wow. I can't believe the coincidence of that.
That's amazing. Yeah. We just have an amazing talent of finding just at the right time the right
fair to everyone.
Rising stars. Exactly. This we're going to give a book award to another friend of the show, William Jennings Chalk, who'll be on the show next week. And it was called Best Political, Philosophical, or Dramatic Novella of 2026.
Oh, brilliant.
That's what it was, I think.
Yeah. I think that.
So that goes to William Jennings Chalk, who you can. But the reason I'm mentioning this now is that I'll put that link in the description as well, in case you want to have read this thing before you listen to the conversation. Might be nice, and it's a really, really interesting read, and quick and short, and you can do it in one sitting.
Yeah,
really good. So check that out. Anything you wanted to say to the end, Sylvia? How was your experience calling in like a normal guest, like calling in remotely?
Interesting. Yeah.
The smell was better because you didn't have to be in the same room with me, or
as your weird smell. Yeah. Do you know what the smell of old women is called? Because there's an answer.
Oh, I've heard this, like octo-urinal or something like that.
It's a specific scent commonly referred to as old person smell. It's caused by a chemical compound called 2-nonenal.
Really?
When omega-7 unsaturated fatty acids on the skin break down and oxidize. Begins around the age of 40. Oh my god. And it's described as musty, grassy, or greasy.
That's excellent. I love it. What a public service announcement, Sylvia. That's excellent. I would like to say a final word here, which is crepuscular animal. Do you know what a crepuscular animal is?
No.
Crepuscular animal refers to those who are active primarily at dawn and twilight.
Wow.
So not nocturnal.
Like rabbit.
Or diurnal.
And moon.
They are. Yeah. Well, the reason I got to crepuscular animals was that I was looking up jackals.
Wait.
You know that jackals are a real problem. They are a real problem. So I'm a big animal sort of history. What's it called? National Geography, whatever. Natural history buff. And I've read a bunch about coyotes, and they are a super successful predatory species. And jackals are doing what the coyotes did in the Americas, and are, from being very recently restricted to quite a small area, have now adapted to the human explosions of everything, whatever, pollution, deforestation, blah, hunting, whatever it is humans are doing to these things, they have adapted by just fucking like rabbits. And they have become massive versions of rats in a lot of places. Jackals are, look this up if you don't believe me. Likelihood is that if you grew up like me 30 years ago, somewhere where a jackal was never even mentioned in a children's book as an animal you might see, because they were ultra rare or just not around, your news will be talking about sightings in forests, public parks, near you.
Ugh.
And it's a very successful invasive species. Raccoon dog is similar. They're coming as well. Keep your eyes out for jackals and raccoon dogs. They'll be everywhere.
Yeah, they sound a bit much.
Yeah, well, they have rabies just like foxes.
Mm.
You know, in the UK they could bring over the moat over the channel. They could bring over jackals and raccoon dogs and see if they beat the foxes. Like we could have a whole battle royale going on between the three little dog-like vulpine fuckers. You know?
I think the whole thing with this decade is like you think it's quite bad, and then something happens and it gets worse. Like
Yeah.
you're pissed off with the badgers and the foxes. All right, we'll have these then. Have jackals. You want a bad day? Here's a really bad day.
You thought bird flu and swine flu were bad in the 2010s?
Yeah.
Have some COVID.
There we are. Exactly.
You thought COVID was over? Have a little hantavirus and a little bit of Ebola sprinkled in
let's
with
give
that.
you some of that just to see the real side.
And then you thought rats are bad. Well, have 400,000 jackals in your neighborhood.
Yeah,
then
have a
how's
couple
that
of
for
jackals.
you?
See how that is.
Yeah, and you got rid of the jackals. We'll have a couple of wars in the Middle East and some Chinese cyber attacks.
That Middle East conflict was bad. Have this
Mm-hmm.
one. And in fact, have one on your doorstep. Have one in Ukraine.
Well, on that positive note, I would like to, as always, thank you to our assorted, assertive, assiduous associates who've assembled to assay and assess this latest episode of The Talking Ass.
Well, that does sound good, doesn't it? Well done, guys.
Now, if you enjoyed this episode of The Talking Ass, remember to rate, review, follow the show for more of this weirdness, and share it with a friend, enemy, neighbor, relative, lover even. And press those goddamn internet buttons. Press them hard. Follow, all that jazz. See you next time.